Welcome to the Membership Guys podcast. Kick-ass advice and tips for membership site owners.
Hello there, welcome to episode 161 of the Membership Guys podcast. I'm your host, Mike Morrison, and if you are looking to build, manage, and grow a successful membership website, you're in exactly the right place. This podcast is where you're going to get a weekly dose of proven practical tips and advice on membership growth. Today, we're talking about Facebook groups. Now, if you've followed us for a while, you'll know that this is a little bit of a hot button topic when it comes to using Facebook groups for memberships. But a few weeks ago, Facebook made the announcement officially that they are trialing the option for group admins to charge a subscription fee to their members. Now, this is pretty huge when it comes to memberships, when it comes to online courses, when it comes to anyone who's running any sort of community. There's always been a little bit of a gray area when it came to Facebook in terms of whether or not you should be using their groups option, their groups functionality as the community for a paid membership. At one point, they did even have in their terms and conditions that this was not something you were supposed to do. You couldn't charge for access to a Facebook group. You could only offer it as a free add-on, and so you had to make sure that the language was very clear on that. But now it's apparent why they were doing that is because they've had plans up their sleeves to have a subscription option for groups. Now, we've anticipated this for a while. There's been rumors, there's been whispers. It's been something that everyone's assumed was going to happen, but now it is official. They are trialing it with a select number of community managers across different industries and different niches. So when that'll actually roll out to everyone else, who knows? But it is coming, or at least it's in the works. So what this means is essentially you can now run 100% of your membership through Facebook. And that's a big deal. It's pretty much a game changer for the membership space. Now, details on what is actually involved in this and things like how it'll integrate with payment providers and all that sort of stuff, that's all fairly sparse. It looks like for these groups, you will be able to add kind of an equivalent of a sales page or sales info with a bit of blurb about what the group's about, features and benefits and all of that sort of stuff. But other than that, all we know is that we are going to be able to take recurring payments. Now, it's something that if you've been following us for a while, you will know that I'm a little vocal about the pitfalls of having a Facebook group as the community side of a paid membership. We love them for free groups. They're really, really great ways of building your audience, nurturing your community, getting to know your fans, your friends, your followers. They're great when it's a free group, but as soon as it becomes a paid asset, a money-generating thing, then the parameters change a little bit because there are definite downsides to using Facebook groups for your paid community. And this announcement, while it's exciting, while it's a bit of a game changer, it doesn't really eliminate those downsides. In fact, it possibly exacerbates them a little bit. If you're building your membership where Facebook is the core component, then you are still building on someone else's turf. That means you are sacrificing control and you don't really own anything. You can't download your list of members. You can't even get the email address for a single member to put them through an onboarding series or to get in touch with them about a technical issue related to their account. Everything is handled and controlled within the Facebook ecosystem, and that ecosystem is closed to you. Now, that's a huge amount of control to sacrifice when it comes to your core paid asset. Now, you could kind of live with that when you were maybe just using the groups as the community side to a membership site, but where the content itself was actually on a WordPress website or something like that, where you did have control. But now if you go all in and you put everything into a Facebook group, you've got nothing. You are essentially locked out from your own customer list and your own member list. This means that if your group grows too big, or if situations change and you decide that you want to build your own membership site, your own thing that you control, or maybe you just want to move to a hosted platform like Kajabi, Simplero, Thinkific. You can't do that. You don't have the ability, and I very much doubt that with this announcement, Facebook are going to give you this ability. You don't have the option of extracting your customer list and taking them elsewhere. That lack of portability should be a big, big deal for you. Yes, it's more convenient. Yes, arguably people are on Facebook more and they're more likely to drop into your group than if you have a site where they need to log in. But the trade-off for that is, for me anyway, a little bit too high a price to pay. You get locked in. And especially if you're running your money through them as well, that is so much control of your business to hand over to Facebook. You are subject to whatever they decide to do. And so you have to ask yourself, just how much do you trust Facebook to handle things and to do things that will be in your interests? How much faith do you have that their business interest will marry up with your business's interest? Answers on a postcard to that one. So if Facebook decide that they want to increase fees, they want to add restrictions, they want to shut down your group because they don't feel it meets their terms and their conditions, or even if they decide that they no longer want to offer the subscription option, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle. And of course, remember, the thing everyone's talking about with Facebook this year is privacy. They are going to be mining the hell out of your group because, of course, they are. So again, lots of these downsides that existed before this announcement very much still exist and perhaps are going to be exasperated if you decide that you're putting all of your eggs into Facebook's basket. Now, history should tell us, anyone who's been around for a little while, history should tell us that whenever Facebook put all of their weight behind something, there is a bait and switch coming up. It always happens. They did it with app developers, they did it with Facebook profiles, and they had a whole bunch of people building stuff for the old school pre-newsfeed Facebook profiles. They did it with Facebook pages. It's perhaps the biggest bait and switch in marketing. And there's got to be something coming for groups. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. We already know that ads in groups are coming. They're already here for some people. Your members could be seeing ads from competitors in your group or from products that simply don't match up with your business values. We know the algorithm is coming. Again, some people have already been hit by it within groups. Facebook groups were kind of the last bastion of safety from the Facebook algorithm, but now that's not true. So that potentially means somebody paying you money, a brand new member who Facebook perhaps decides doesn't deserve the same level of attention on their posts as somebody else in the group. You could have a paid member whose contributions, questions, concerns, all that sort of stuff could be getting missed or just overlooked or bumped down the pecking order because an equation, an algorithm decided that it wasn't important for you or for other group members to see what they had written. Again, this stuff doesn't matter quite as much. It kind of sucks in a free group, but it doesn't matter quite as much as it does within a paid group. Imagine if you have a brand new member posting an introduction to your group and they get no response from other members, no response from you, no likes, no hearts, no reaction because their post has been missed because Facebook decided something from 3 days ago was more relevant and more important. So while all of this stuff, the whole announcement is exciting, you cannot overlook the fact that there are still massive, massive downsides. There are massive cons to using Facebook for your paid member community. But it's hard to deny that the pros list on the other side of things is certainly growing. So when you're balancing up, if you're deciding whether the convenience and the reach of a Facebook group is worth sacrificing control, is worth potentially subjecting your business to risks further on down the line, when you're weighing things up now, it's certainly getting a little bit closer to being an even balance, depending on how risk averse that you actually are. Especially when you think of other stuff that we've got at our disposal now. Now that you can do live video in groups. So you can do live member Q&As inside a group. The convenience of that, the technical simplicity of that compared to other options, again, it's a bit of a big deal. So now you've got live video in groups. That's a big thing for delivering content, real-time content with your members. Now that you can have multiple announcements, so multiple pinned posts within the group, the ability to actually highlight that week's content for your members, again, just that little bit more convenient, another check in the pros column. Now that groups have topics that you can add to the threads. So the old complaint about Facebook groups, and certainly something that I used to rail about, is the fact that it's hard to keep up with stuff because it's just a never-ending stream. Now you've got topics that help make things a little more organized, help people keep track of stuff. You even now have a group type for teaching courses. You have a type of group which essentially has basic learning management system functionality. So when you put all of that together, if you can imagine being able to charge a subscription for a group in which you can actually directly deliver course content, in which you can conduct live Q&As, and in which the community discussions are actually a hell of a lot easier to navigate, that certainly means that Facebook now have to be taken seriously as a major player. Once this subscription functionality rolls out, they are a major player in the membership space. But please remember who you're dealing with. Look at the history of Facebook, how awesome things that they do end up turning out over the long term, how quickly and easily they will ditch ideas if they decide it doesn't fit their direction. Make sure you know who you're dealing with. Yes, this new announcement is a big deal. We're certain we're going to be hearing much more about it as the weeks go on and as more details coming out. But please, don't all rush to put your membership onto Facebook. Okay, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this develops over time and what it actually turns into by the time it actually gets rolled out to the public. We'll be definitely keeping an eye on it, and we'll keep you apprised of any big updates in this area. And if you want to let me know your thoughts on whether you would consider using the new subscriptions option for your Facebook group rather than a regular membership platform, then let us know inside our free Facebook group. Perfect place to talk Facebook groups, inside our Facebook group. If you are a part of the group, then please do let us know in the comment section for this episode. If you're not in the group, then you can either type talkmemberships.com, that's talkmemberships.com, into your browser. That will take you through a redirect that gets you to the group. Or if you're in the Facebook app or on the Facebook website, just search for Membership Mastermind. That'll take you to the right place. Not only are we discussing this topic in there, we're also answering questions, and membership site owners, thousands of membership site owners, are helping each other out day in, day out with their challenges. So head on over to our Facebook group. Let us know what you think about the new paid group subscription announcement. I'll be back again next week with another installment of the Membership Guys podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode of the Membership Guys podcast, we invite you to check out the membersiteacademy.com. The Member Site Academy is the essential resource for anyone at any stage of starting, growing, and running a membership website. So whether you're still figuring out what your idea is going to be, or whether your website is already up and running and you're just looking for ways to grow it and attract new members, then the Member Site Academy can help you to get to the next level. With our extensive course library, monthly training, exclusive member-only discounts, perks and tools, and a supportive, active community to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement and advice, the Member Site Academy is the perfect place to be for anyone looking to start, manage and grow a successful membership website. So check it out at membersiteacademy.com.